Shalom. Princess Night. Thursday nights are dedicated to the princesses of New Jerusalem. If you think wearing pants is a sin, you're being taught by magicians.
You said pants?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, go ahead.
No problem, no problem. So you need to know wearing pants is not a sin. Next topic. The daughters of Jerusalem are very well defined in the scriptures when it comes to prophecy. You're going to need to know your role in prophecy, and it's not just sitting at home making babies and cooking. The woman's role in the prophecy is much more than sitting at home making babies and cooking. So that's very important for you to know. You can either look it up yourself or get on this panel and learn as the weeks go along about your role in prophecy, how you relate to New Jerusalem. Because right now, you don't know nothing. And your principals ain't teaching you a damn thing, and you ain't gonna never graduate from your school. You're just gonna be stuck in that school for life until you escape. I see more videos about refugee princesses from schools than I do men, because they got the heart to escape. So you need to know that. What's going on with you tonight, Messiah?
And spending time with the family.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm interested though in this topic of yours. I can't say I can necessarily co-sign that women can wear pants though, but let's say like this. The way I think about it, how do I put it? Because of course I believe that they should wear dresses, you know what I'm saying? Skirts is okay, you know what I mean? But I think, you know what I'm saying, they should be able to wear pants under maybe they dress or they garments, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because dresses are very sexy. So if you were in Amaziah's camp, you'll be very sexy, very appealing. And that's what your principals want you to look like. Very sexy and appealing to them, so that they can recruit more dummies and raise more tithes money. Tithes are mandatory in every camp you go to. Mandatory. They tell you tithes of food and make it mandatory for you to pay them money. 10%. They don't say 10% of your profit. They say 10% of whatever money you make. The first bit of money that you touch, the first 10% goes to the principals. That's what you need to understand. You're being used for money. Every camp is using their camp members to raise capital. So what are they raising capital for? I don't know what they use it for. There might be some good purposes going on there. But I heard Tazadakia, the self crowned comforter, the self-crowned Holy Ghost in the flesh, tell one of the men who escaped, one of the refugees from his camp, called the Rebel Alliance, told him that he spent $1 million on Passover. $1 million on Passover. Now, how do you spend $1 million on food and whatever else that he spent it on? How do you do this? What's the purpose of this? To spend $1 million on Passover. How much money does this man have that you can spend $1 million on Passover? That's what I'm trying to understand here. So since tithes is mandatory and he has a very, very large camp, it's probably bigger than everybody else's camp.
Hey, right quick. I want to say shalom to the Nasi, as well as like we was talking about with the dresses and stuff like that. My aunt normally posts some good women's clothing that for the Hebrew sisters. You know what I'm saying? I always see you know what I'm saying, different clothing and pictures like that for Hebrew women. So Nasi, I want to ask you, what do you think about Hebrew clothing for women and the clothing of today, and what do you think about pants on women, like jeans and stuff?
Something wrong with your mic. You muted. Your mic is muted or something. Nope. Might need to drop out and come back in or something. Can't hear nothing. Okay, so he probably gonna refresh his thing.
I don't think he can hear us either.
I mean,
it looked like he's still talking.
He was responding to what you said, and I'm looking at him. It looked like he was, responding to what I was saying too. But the only possible verse that these principles can use to brainwash you to think that you should not wear pants, right? So that they can recruit all the men into their camp, so they can get all their tithe money, is the breeches verses. Breeches in the Bible is defined as underwear for priests, priestly underwear. It was for the Levites, but now, in this day and time, all of Egypt are kings and priests, both kings and priests. So all of us can wear, every tribe can wear. Yeah. So now they gonna run over that real fast and say that breeches are the modern term breeches, which is synonymous with jeans or pants or slacks or whatever. They lying to you. All liars will get the second death. Every last one of them. So if you say something incorrect, you better make sure you correct it as soon as you possibly can, especially if it's pointed out to you very clearly. So now they make a good point when they say, "Man, your grandma didn't wear pants. My grandma wear dresses to this day." Why? Because that's Christian dogma. Christian dogma teaches women that they should not wear pants. Back in the day, back in 1850, between 1850 and 1950, women were not allowed to wear pants. You see what I'm saying?
Coming out. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right.
Ratazah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question on that. You know, what about kind of slacks such as like Princess Jasmine was wearing in Aladdin or something along those lines? Something more flowing, something more
Mhm.
modest,
Less
you know.
revealing.
That's revealing also.
No, you saying less revealing. You saying that
You remember?
you'll be comfortable with
Yeah.
seeing women in less revealing pants other than these skin tight pants that they wear today.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I would have to. I would be forced to agree with that. You know what I mean? Because the way women wear clothes today, whether they pants or dresses, are just too. I mean, too sexy. So,
Can I ask you a question?
is there a female speaker?
What would you have women wear? Because it sounds like you're not happy with nothing.
Uh, they should wear whatever they want to wear, as long as it's modest and not revealing, not very super revealing. They can wear
But
pants, dresses,
what if what you like to wear accentuates your curves and looks sexy no matter what it is?
no matter what it is. That's a you got that's a deformation in your body. You shouldn't be so curvaceous and voluptuous. You know that's a problem you have to deal with because by you by you wearing those things, men whole necks be breaking. You be causing car accidents on the road.
Then I
So
think men should just learn to control their thinking.
yeah, yeah. I'm with that 100%. That is one of my main issues. Like, I'm gonna say something real extreme. I don't mean what I'm saying, right? But I think on these extremist levels, you know what I mean? So, say for example, we were in a nudist colony or something, right? And somebody that wears clothes comes and visits the nudist colony and sees everybody naked, okay? And they take it upon themselves to go rape the finest woman that they think is fine enough to go rape. That man did not have control over himself. So he needs to control himself. He needs to train his brain to not be so excited by a naked body. It's nothing so amazing about it that you have to lose your control over your whole faculties and your body to go over there, grab her, snatch her up, take her behind a building somewhere and rape her. Because you act like you never seen a naked body before. Okay, so the men take all responsibility in that scenario because women, they can't control themselves either, but they're not gonna go up and try to forcefully rape a man unless that man wants that to happen.
Kind. And it's also a lot of this Western thinking. You know, a lot of females nowadays go out seeking that attention. You know, they crave it. It's like it's kind of like their days on their days agenda to have as many men to try to approach them as they can. And that's not what you're supposed to do.
Women look at men as a paycheck. Men look at women as a piece of lamb chop that they're supposed to devour. So this is how they look at each other on a general scale, generally speaking. So the sexier that a woman dresses, in her mind, the more money she's going to attract, since she don't know how to make money for herself. You see what I'm saying? The more weights a man lifts makes them look sexy enough to attract more meat, especially if they're short like me. I'm 5'8". So if you're 6 foot and skinny, you automatically have the pick of the litter. You can be completely ugly like my little brother. He got the pick of the litter of any woman he wants anywhere because he's 6'8". So every woman is in love with him everywhere we go, no matter what. And he's uglier than I am. So now, you explain that to me. Women are very superficial. Men are very superficial. Women look at men as a paycheck. Men look at women as a piece of meat. So they work hard to look sexy for the opposite sex. The Bible trains you how to deal with this situation. It trains you how to calm your nerves so that you don't have to have sex with every woman you see. Y'all jump in anytime you feel like it. But what I'm saying is,
someone in this household doesn't agree with that.
Doesn't agree with what?
That men aren't supposed to have sex with every woman they see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the story of my life. You know what I'm saying? I be walking around, right? Because I used to be a pretty boy when I was young. I played football and basketball, so I had a nice body. You know what I'm saying? I chiseled up, you know what I'm saying? Stayed fresh, you know what I'm saying? I've always been rich. So I always had nice clothes, had a car in high school and stuff like that. So I was the prick of the litter. I was the only male in a club full of, it was like 15 women, and I was the only male in their little group. They called it the skip clique. We used to skip school and stuff like that right there. Now, the other men that would come around was in love with all 15 women. If they see you talking to a woman that they like, they'll hate on you instantly and go crazy and say he this and he that. Why is you in love? I never understood. I'm talking about, you just meet a woman, you speaking to her, say hello, how you doing? Y'all had a good conversation for an hour and a half. First time y'all ever seen each other and had a conversation that long. It was like, oh man, that was a great conversation. How did you end up falling in love with her in that first conversation? I never understood this about people. And then come around hating on me as if I'm in the way. And we done had sex 70 times already. But you in love with her because you talked to her one time. I never understood that.
You can also think of King David as an example. You know, the women cause him to go off and, you know, worship other gods. And that's multiplying above your needs, you know, and he got punished for that. So, you know, it's not always wise to accumulate so much of something that, you know, can cause you to go astray. You know, is moderation in everything.
See how that works? Now, I've always been, because of this Bible thing, right? You know what I'm saying? The past 8 years since I've been back in the Bible, I've always been very picky about who to deal with now, because if the wisest people on earth can be led astray from the Most High, surely a normal person like myself can. So I'd be scared to deal with certain women who approach me. You know what I mean? They don't believe in the Bible. They Kemites or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or they might be atheists, or you know what I'm saying? They might be Asian or something, and their historical god for like certain Asians is the Lord of the Flies. I forget the name of that idol or that demon, but it's the Lord of the Flies. So I'll be sure not to get in too deep with these people. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna steer me away from nothing. And then they don't teach the kids nothing proper. You know what I'm saying? Tell the kids that God don't exist. Eat anything you want. Here you go. Eat 10 pounds of ice cream a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they, you know, they also give it up to the system. You know, let the system teach the kid, get indoctrinate, and then they go out into the world and they don't know how to truly function as a civilized person on this planet. So they get caught up, you know, and fall prey to the devil. He, you know, it say he crouching down as a lion, seeking whom he can devour. So, you know, that's what this knowledge and wisdom ultimately teaches you, is that wickedness that wants to kill you. You know.
See what I'm saying? Section 8 is not something, is not a something that you work for and achieved. This is like the holy grail of womanhood. Section 8, housing. So now that you got Section 8 housing, you got something to brag about on Instagram. You telling everybody on Snapchat that I finally got my Section 8. I got my stuff together. You have not achieved anything. You sit around all day watching TV, on the phone with your various men all over the city, beating them out of $20 here, beating them out of $30 there, so you can get your weed. Then you get your Section 8 and brag about that. You're not teaching yourself anything. You're not training yourself how to make money. I mean, for that, you just gonna die. You're gonna die. If you don't know how to do anything, you're not gonna live. I'm just telling you. You have to go back to school. I don't care if you're 40 years old. You got to go back to school. Or you got to train yourself. If you can't train yourself, then go to school and be taught. You don't learn anything in school anyway. When you go to school, you tune out the teacher the entire time and cheat on your tests. I see y'all, every last one of you don't know nothing. I've seen it 100 times. You don't learn anything that's happening in the class at all. You're sitting there waiting for the class time to go by and then get all the answers to the test from some guy that over there. I've seen you do it 100 times growing up. But you do that so you can get that piece of paper so that you can go to a job interview and say, look at this piece of paper I got. You're hired. Then, but before that, you in the mirror making sure that your lip gloss is popping. You making sure that your cleavage is just the right amount of cleavage to show off. Got your push-up bra pushing them girls together. So the boss can look at you and say, you're hired on the spot. And you got that little paper that you cheated for. But you mad at the brother down the street because he ain't got that paper because he don't cheat on tests. See what I'm saying? He don't cheat on tests. So you ain't doing nothing. It's basically what's going on there. Ain't learned how to cook ever. Grandma never taught you how to cook. Your mama never taught you how to cook. You mad at me because I asked you, does your white granddaddy have ancestors that own slaves? I asked you that after you sobered up from your crack smoking. You've been sober from crack smoking for 5 months. Now you supposed to be special or something. But you were just smoking crack 5. Never tried to do any type of biblical principles to make your life successful. But you telling me that I'm insensitive because I asked, does your white grandfather have ancestors who own slaves? So that's the most insensitive question you ever heard in your life. You'll never associate with me again. That's a valid question. You know how many white people owned slaves back in the day? You know how many white children sat around looking at hangings and lynchings and electric chair electrifying and draggings behind trucks and quartering with animals or horses. They tie each limb to a horse and slap the horse's butt, and the horse runs, and you ain't nothing left with no arms and no legs. You just a stump rolling on the ground, dying slow. You don't think this was a normal thing in their culture, in the white culture? You don't think it was exciting for them to do? You don't think they went around hunting people? I remember growing up back in probably about 1993, right? About 1993. These two white races came specifically to my neighborhood on purpose, just to hunt black people. Saw some black guy standing out on the corner and shot him up, so that they could get their spider in their spider web tattoo that's on their elbow. That's a racist thing. They put a spider web tattoo on their elbow, and then when they kill somebody, they put a spider inside the spider web tattoo. This is just a part of their culture. So don't be mad at me because I asked, does your ancestors own slaves? That was before all these lynchings that you see to this day. Now, of course, they're much, much less than they used to be because they got to be secretive about it now. Back in the day, they could just do it anytime they felt like it. Nobody would ever tell on them. The few people that did tell them, they didn't get arrested. The few people who got arrested never got convicted. You got to be a super duper, you got to kill a super duper high profile black person in order for you to go on trial for it, and you're not going to get convicted at all. It's impossible. Back in them days. So now it's a possibility that you could get convicted. So people are doing it secretly now, behind colleges. Got a brother hanging right now, you know what I'm saying, a couple weeks ago, behind a college. Big guy. I wonder how they even caught the man. You know what I mean? But this stuff happens every day. I'm riding down the street one day about 2 years ago, riding down the street with my homeboy. We see on the back of a truck. This is what we saw. We saw the people in the truck first. It was a pickup truck, so it was a one-seater. We saw the people in the truck first, and they was looking kind of strange, like kind of all three of them was looking real nervous, like. So it's a white person driving the truck, a white person in the passenger seat, and a black person in between both of them in the one-seater. So, I mean, they kind of look kind of nervous. So we didn't think nothing of it because you see all kinds of facial expressions when you're driving on the road, when you're in traffic. We didn't think nothing of it. Then the truck went past us and in front of us, and on the back of the truck was a bumper sticker that said "Coon Hunters." And you got a black man sitting in between two white people that's looking nervous. I guarantee you that black dude is dead right now. I guarantee you he's dead. So we're looking at that bumper sticker, "Coon Hunters." So we kind of, we thought it was kind of like, what? It was semi-funny. But then when we put two and two together, we was like, they caught themselves a coon. That's why he's sitting in between the people looking all scared and nervous. Guarantee he dead. So that's why you got to understand this kind of stuff happens all the time. There's 60,000 women go missing. Black women. I'm talking about melanated women. Black, Hispanic, Native American women. 60,000 go missing every year in the United States. go missing, never to be seen again. The man who had 22, was it 42 or 12? I think it was, the man had 17 severed vaginas in his freezer. He is going on trial today. Old white man. The man who killed all them black people had whole bodies in his freezer, 40 bodies in his freezer, that had carved in every last one of their foreheads, Black Lives Matter. But you want to be single. You independent. You tough. All my bills paid by the government, Section 8. Food stamps. I get $600 in food stamps. I got 12 kids. What does that mean? That don't mean you safe. You gonna die. I'm trying to put it to you as nicely and as softly as I possibly can. This is just how nice as I can get. I can't get any nicer than this. By exposing this information to you is my way of being nice to you. Okay? So these people are purposely hunting melanated people. They hunt white girls too. Now, don't get it twisted. They hunt white girls too.
They mostly, most of those missing people though, they definitely want melanated people.
Absolutely.
Because of the different testing and things that they've been doing for decades and centuries actually now, with melanin and the way that they see they value our organs as being more superior than their organs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's why that old man, I think his name Rothschild or something, did his 6th triple bypass heart surgery. Replaced his whole heart. This is 6th time he's taken his old heart out and put a new heart in it.
It's like that. Dang, I can't remember. There's a episode of that show Supernatural. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm. So
there's an episode of a dude on Supernatural. My bad. But he's basically he was like an alchemist back in the day, and he could live forever by replacing different body parts whenever they got old. And so he did the same thing, replacing his heart and things like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that kind of go back to like the serpent in the garden. You know, the Most High say he shall go on his belly, and he shall like suck up the dust. I think I forget. I'm just paraphrasing, but yeah, that's that blood. He seeks for that blood.
Absolutely. So that is a key agenda to why 60,000 melanated. I'm just talking about the melanated women. 60,000 a year go missing. But there's thousands upon thousands of white girls missing too. Why? Because y'all independent. Y'all tough. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and call your brother over, huh? You can call your uncle from New York, the mobster from New York. You can call him and he's gonna protect you, huh? 5 states away from a stalker who's 1 foot away from you, but right behind you, choking the life out of him. You're gonna pick the phone up while he's choking your life out, huh? Okay. Best of luck. Best of luck with that. You think that's bad because 60,000 black women go missing every year, and you just finding out right now. You just finding out why that's happening. Okay, but you think that's bad. But wait till you see the actual overt, blatant, non-stop, ruthless, no mercy destruction that's coming to the United States that you never seen before. You never been to a war. You never even seen a war on TV. So when that happens, you automatically dead. You ain't gonna know what to do. You're gonna be running. You're gonna run across town to your friend's house. What do we do? He's gonna be like, I know exactly what to do, and go straight to his family house. And y'all gonna be in his family house, 15 people deep in his family house, waiting on the war to die down some. But they going door to door with heavy, man, heavy artillery. You know what heavy artillery is? They're rolling around in mini tanks and real tanks, rolling around in Humvees with big guns on top of the Humvees. They're going to your neighborhood. It's going to be 40 of these Humvees in your neighborhood. Those 15 people that's stuck up in that house, I could throw a rock through that house, through the front door of that house, and it go out the back door of that house. That's what kind of house that is. A big old house, 3,500 square feet. His mama spent 500 racks on that house. Woo-wee. She looking good in that house. Ain't safe, not even for 1 second. They're gonna come kick the door in, knock the door in with the key to the city. They're gonna kill every last one of you clowns. Cause you don't know what to do when the destruction comes. You don't even have a clue. Well, I done my duty over and over again for 7 years straight. I mean, the destruction ain't coming till probably next year sometime. But I'm just saying, you got to prepare your mind to do what you need to do. Have a plan. Didn't you plan to go to college? Didn't you plan to do the homework that was assigned to you so that you could turn it in on time? You're going to have to plan to live and stay alive. Got to come up with a plan. I'll be happy to teach you. No problem. I want you to live. You the only nigga don't want you to live. So that's how you know that pants don't got nothing to do with that. It's easier to run in pants anyway. It's easier to climb walls in pants too. It's easy to get yourself on the ground and aim a gun in pants too. You don't have to pick up a gun sooner or later. Unless you're in the barn. If you're in a barn, you might be alright. That's the smartest thing you can do. But since you don't listen to me, you're gonna be following the red, black, and green. Red is for the blood of the saints, green is for the earth, and black is for the skin color. And you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Israelites gonna walk around in the street putting that flag over top of bodies. Because everybody that rep that flag is dead. That's just a prediction. That's just my opinion. I don't have no proof yet. I didn't say I was a prophet. I said I'm trying to prove that I'm a prophet. And when I get some proof, I get to pick the king. The king gets to pick whatever queen he wants. So that's how all that works. Breeches are priestly underwear for the priests that you wear under your priestly garments. Underneath. Don't let them tell you that that's the modern word for britches that are jeans. And stop wearing your jeans so tight.
Hey, yo, all right. Nah, see, I think you must have dropped your phone in the water or something, all right, because we cannot hear you at all today.
He said, I don't know. He said, but I know this Chinese food is good. I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So don't let them tell you that. I saw a girl today talking about, oh, I'm about to go to the store and buy all dresses. You wasting your money. You wasting your money. And you're going to be mad when you can't pay your light bill next month. I forgot you on Section 8. So your light bill is $30 a month. I got you. I understand. No problem. Now, anybody else want to chime in on that?
That was a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting into the prophecies, you know what I'm saying, every week. I just want to premiere this Princess Night for the ladies. I was gonna call it Ladies Night, but we Israelites, man. We princes and princesses. So
I do got something for you though. He's talking about that the man with the vaginas in his freezer.
he went on trial on today, showed up in court today. 12 separate vaginas in his freezer. How
That's
many?
in their nature too. You know what I'm saying?
It's some bit.
See my screen.
How old is it? It's some bit 70 years old. How many other dozens of people has he severed vaginas off of when he was younger and smarter about it? So somehow he got caught because everybody's, skeptical and looking and think that people, they like, oh, everybody's suspicious now. So he just recently got caught. Come on, man. You know how many people you have to kill to sever 12 vaginas and put them in your freezer recently? They probably done killed over 200 people.
Yeah. You see my screen?
Yeah.
Check this out. It said, scientists revealed Wednesday that they found the first solid archaeological evidence that some of the earliest American colonists at Jamestown, Virginia, survived harsh conditions by turning to cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? So this is posted on March 1st or May 1st, 2013. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's in their nature, man. You know what I mean? And they try to put us out like we cannibals, but you know what I mean? They don't have no evidence of us being cannibals. Now, of course, we know in the scriptures it talks about how it said, we would eat our own children. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's mentioned in Deuteronomy 28 as well as in the book of Ezekiel. But those are conditions of siege. You know what I'm saying? These are they try to say it was harsh conditions of the wintertime. You know what I mean? But Virginia ain't that bad in the wintertime. You feel what I'm saying?
They wanted to do that.
Right.
Well, nobody bothering them. They didn't have no problem. They could have planted all year long, saved it up for the winter, and ate whatever they needed to eat.
They was doing it in Europe too.
You know what they doing everywhere? They are everywhere. But these independent women want to date them because the system done gave them all the money. So since a man is a paycheck to a woman, then whoever has the most money is who the woman is going to go to. That's why the men of Israel are going to be more precious than gold. Because when we get our money from writing this plan to receive our portion of our physical inheritance, we're going to be rich.
Yeah, hey, this is a wonderful proverb.
Hear me now?
In the scriptures I can grab for you of a virtuous woman.
Go shoot.
Okay, yeah, you can chime in whenever you want to. It's kind of long. You can stop me whenever you want. Just let me know. This is Proverbs 31:10. It says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is above rubies. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life."
Think about
You
this.
see,
Think about this. Women think that after their 900th sex partner, that they are still valuable. A virtuous woman means they ain't had no sex partners at all. So there's a famous woman nowadays that's just as famous for being a virgin. She's already like an actress or whatever she is, but her virginity is just as famous as her acting. And I don't even know what type of movie she's ever been in. So she ain't that famous for being an actress. But her virginity makes her more famous. Because why? Because that's virtue. This is what people are looking for. There was a woman, the very first woman, publicized woman, to auction off her virginity. I think it went for something like $14 million or something. She sold her virginity for $14 million. Now, what hoe on Backpage do you know can put up there $14 million and admit that she been with 20,000 men? Not now one. If the men actually knew how many men that those women have been with on Backpage, they probably wouldn't even spend $1 with them. But they don't know, you know what I'm saying? They can't get women, so they just go to the easiest thing that they can get. And they got a little bit of money from their military check every month left over. You know what I'm saying? See, I live in a military town. You know what I'm saying? The biggest military base in the United States, Fort Bragg. See what I'm saying? So these men go down to the where the gay people walk up and down the street, the transsexuals and stuff, and buy the transsexuals. And they buy every hole on Backpage. It's 200 holes tonight at the last count that I counted. There's 200 holes just on Backpage by alone. This not counting the 50,000 strippers we got in this city. Every last one of them sell pussy. 50,000 of them. I may say maybe 200 of those do not sell pussy. And that's being generous. Where they getting the money from? They getting the money from the men. The men have no understanding of the Bible. So this is perfectly normal. You gay if you not buying women. That's just normal in the society. See what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to pay for a woman one way or another, regardless.
coming up. Hey, this is Ecclesiastes 7:26. It says, "I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinners shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but among women, hold on, Salakia, but a woman among all those I have not found. Lo, Salakia, that was it on that.
One out of 1,000 men. This is what we're gonna be more valuable than that. Boom. telling you what it is. It say that the Heavenly Father said He's gonna make His men, the men of the Most High, who do what He say, worth more than rubies and gold and all that stuff. I mean, how do you do that? And what is He comparing us to? He's comparing us to personal wealth. We're gonna be wealthy. I'm trying to tell you what it is. You see, He done already made sure that whomever don't listen to Him is perfectly gay and have no desire for women whatsoever. That's why there's close to 10 straight women for every straight man. So you got so much pride and you so big headed that you think that men really supposed to care that when you act up and you don't know how to control yourself, your mouth run 24/7, you never stop talking ever. Never ever stop talking. Good Lord. Women never stop talking. Now explain this right here. We're supposed to listen to you 24/7 and hold you that whole entire time that you talking. Right? That's what we're supposed to do, right? And when we don't do this, you get mad and say we ain't worth nothing, right? Because you got Section 8. So you're successful. You got Section 8, so you're successful. Or nah, I ain't even gonna go there. I'm gonna say you make $200,000 a year and you successful. Because you went to school, cheated on your test, had your cleavage out for your job so that the boss can hire you real quick, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you gave the potential boss some fellatio to get hired. Okay, so now you make $200,000 a year. So you get mad at us and run your lip. But you don't even realize that it's 10 of y'all to one of us. So we have the choice to go or stay. We always got a choice to leave or stay. You take it upon yourself to try to push us away as fast as you can possibly get us gone. Just so the next man can abuse you. And then the next man, and then the next man, and then say, oh, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything that the Bible tells you to do. That's what you're doing wrong. Every time I say the word Bible, you turn the channel. Because you don't like the word Bible. Because you don't like what's in the Bible, what it tells you to do. It tells you to be smart about everything. It tells you how to deal with every situation that can ever possibly come up into your life and get the best possible outcome. Somebody remind these women what I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna sit here and wait. I'll wait. Somebody explain to them what I mean by this, because they don't trust what I'm saying, because I'm saying it too mean. And y'all, all three of y'all are nice guys. So tell them what I mean in the nice guy way. I'll wait. Okay. Well, the nice guys didn't want to explain to you how easy life is when you know the Bible. Oh, no, we can't hear you, Amaziah. You got to pick this Bible up, dust it off, right? Get it out the bottom of your closet. I know it's in the back of your closet, or it's in your dresser somewhere. Look, it's in the back of your dresser. Just clean your dresser out. Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was sitting there talking and it wouldn't even it was weird, man. Couldn't even hear me. I was talking for a grip.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, it's good. But no, I was saying though, basically what you're trying to say is like that anything that we do without the scriptures, this goes for women and men, right? What you were saying, I know it's more geared towards women, but anything we do without the scriptures is you know what I mean, it's not gonna prosper, especially being who we are, right? And then regardless of if you think you're prosperous in this life or not, you know what I mean, you're not gonna amass anything in the next life. So what I wanted to do was pull up Genesis chapter 3, which I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna screen share, explain that a little bit. Here. Well, I like to call it is the orphan spirit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see here. It's Genesis 3 and 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. So I'm going to stop right there and just explain what I mean by that, the orphan spirit. As soon as where it says that their eyes were open, right, and then they saw that they were naked, the first thing they did was try to make themselves clothes. So they were trying to fend for themselves, when beforehand they didn't have a need to do that. They depended on the Most High for everything. But when they experienced that spiritual death, right, they're cut off, so they couldn't hear the voice of the Most High. They thought they were forsaken. So that's that orphan spirit. And the same thing goes, like you were saying, with relationships and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
It goes into every aspect of life.
Pull up ministers. You know what I'm saying? The ministers that used to minister to Mashiach.
Talking about the Malachim.
Yeah, the ministers. Mm-hmm.
Talking about Matthew 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get that up.
Also,
Matthew 4:11.
Go ahead.
Right here.
Yeah.
And Matthew 4:11. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. And that word angels in the Hebrew is the malachim, or the messengers. All right, like you said, to minister.
Okay, so those aren't women then.
What do you mean?
Those are men.
You said, are they women?
Yeah, I mean, I used to think they were women because whenever you know stuff would happen, he was ministered to by women in other passages. So I always thought that right there was women. But are they men, or are they actual ethereal angels?
I don't feel like the angels are like, I feel like they have both properties of male and female characteristics.
In that verse, are they talking about ethereal angels, or are they talking about humans?
Yeah, they talking about the Malachim. Yeah, like Elohims.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So what I want to encourage everybody to do, all the females to do, is go to your blue letter and read every prophecy concerning the daughters of Zion, uh, the daughters of Jerusalem, and things of that nature. Just type in daughters and read every prophecy dealing with you guys, so you can get a good understanding of what you're supposed to do. Everybody who does the word of God, which is the prophecies and the commandments, both has a good understanding. So you got a lot of people who do not do prophecies at all, and they just talk about prophecies. So you're going to have to do prophecies too. That's what this series is about, getting you to do the prophecies. And one prophecy in particular is setting up elections for our nation. So y'all do that and learn how to cook and make clothes. Making clothes is a frivolous thing, though. It's a frivolous situation. If you're not going to sell it to a Chinese company for $25 million, then making clothes is kind of frivolous, kind of like a waste of time. So the purpose of you gaining skills is to get paid from your talents. A talent in the Bible is worth $1 million modern dollars. So if he gives you more than one talent, you know, that's every talent, you should be able to make $1 million off of each talent that you have. Draw or dance or sing or whatever. You should be able to make $1 million off that talent. So don't nobody got nothing to say. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. I appreciate y'all tuning in every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time is Princess Night for the princesses. Okay, so I need to change that from princess to princesses. Princesses. Okay, this night is for you guys. Okay, now when the Sabbath falls on this night, then I might have to change that up. I don't know, but we'll see. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Crown Prince of Israel tuning out. Got my co-host Amaziah, my special guest Ratazala. Got another special guest Nazi Mitzvah, who had fixed his glitch, but we kept dropping in and out of the conversation. So
Yeah, I think it's something with the might just be a bad hangout or something tonight, because they did the same thing to me just a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say right quick, all praise to Yahuwah Ba'Shem Yahuwah and Baruch Atah to the family and the Akyam Yasharala.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is Adash Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? New Jerusalem.
You got parting words, Ratazah? Okay, you probably glitched out too. Did you finish that intro?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay, no problem.
About to work on it tonight.
No problem. All right, brethren and sisters. We'll see y'all next time. Shalom.